Alright, I'm going to explain this triple sandwich. It's an old card problem of my mentor Alan Ackerman. So I would like to dedicate this effect to him, because this was never solved. It was a card problem that we worked on many years ago. Finally, after all these years, I'm happy with the solution. Okay. Now, what you've got here is you're going to start off with a prediction. Alright? You take the prediction, put it in between here. This is the X card, okay? You're going to do the Vernon utility move, okay? What you do is you get a first finger break. This is a reverse break from the, this is a pinky break, right? This is a first finger break. That is done under the fan, and you reverse the fan. So you're getting a break under the top card here. A la Darwin Ortiz. Now, it's the Darwin Ortiz subtlety I've actually modified. Now you can show this thing cleanly like this. I actually show it this way, okay, just like Darwin Ortiz, but here's where it's different. As I come forward with this joker, I'm going to line up this joker with this joker, and that card's going to stay there. Now you can see it's actually here. Underneath the cover of my hand, my first finger is actually going to push that in. Okay? So that's done like this. Actually, it's going underneath that card. See, it's secretly. That's a secret. Okay? It's called the Vernon utility move. It's one of the best moves in card magic. Now, you come up, you move this, you cant this. Now see how this, you get this little corner? This is under cover of your right hand, the middle grip. Your first finger is going to push that flush with the deck. It's going to ditch that X card. Okay, that will look like nothing. It'll just look like you squared them up. Actually, you stole it back, so actually you only have two jokers. Audience won't know that, right? So, two jokers are face up. They think you have a position of a face down card there as a prediction. Now you're going to have three cards selected and signed. It doesn't matter if you see them. You don't have to see them, but I'm just using an ace, 2, and a 3, which I put back in the order. As you can see, when you take the cards back, 1, 2, 3, you take them back 1, 3, 2, like so. These would be three selections. They'd be signed. It doesn't matter if you see them. You can do it so you don't have to see them, but for explanation's sake, okay, we're using the ace, deuce, and 3. Now, you do the Marlowe simple shift. Okay? Refer to other videos if you don't know that. All it is you just drop here, okay, the top packet covers, and you're just going to pull this out. That takes them to the top as you do a Hindu shuffle, right? Now, that's on top. Look what you've got. Ace, 3, 2. Now you make a in-jog shuffle, right? You should know this stuff. Now, as you square up the pack in your hands, you're going to do a steal, which belongs to Mr. Gary Kurtz, Master Magician Gary Kurtz, which I learned off one of his old VHSs. As you come up like this, what's going to happen is your thumb's going to kick this card back. Okay? Do it from an exposed angle, okay? This is going to be necktied. And it's as you're squaring the deck, okay? In your hands like this. Your thumb comes here, your right thumb contacts it. You're going to kick this top card back at an angle into the left palm. You're going to clip between your first finger and middle finger of the deck. And you're going to steal this out, okay? And this will be tapped on the table. You've secretly got the card in palm, alright? You tap it for misdirection so they look over at the deck. They notice nothing on the bottom. Now don't kick out your thumb like this. Make sure you're relaxed. If you're standing, your hand would swing. You're going to pick this up. As you pick it up, this is going to be added right to the bottom. Okay? The palm card is going to be added right to the bottom as you make a little square in action. Okay? You now have two jokers face up in here, so you have to do a little false count. And that is Alan Ackerman count. You're going to count these two off just like an Elmsley. The two top jokers, right? Very simple. You're going to count those off together as one. As you go, joker, set this here, take the bottom one. 1, 2, and 3. Say joker, face down prediction, and a joker. Now you say, wouldn't that be amazing if that was, and it is, the first selection. You now set this down, okay? You pick up the deck, dribble it, as you say, there's two more cards to go. You pinky count as you're showing this. You pinky count 2. 1, 2. Okay? You're going to do Alan Ackerman's variation of the Marlowe Atfus, which is the anytime face-up switch. This is a very clean switch that Alan showed me. You're going to steal this off. The 2 selections will be here in 3-2 order. Okay, you show the front and back casually. As you square this up, steal, you're going to go 1, show the joker, flip this over, get a Vernay's break. Okay, a Vernay's break, if you don't know, is the ring finger separating the packet from that card, which is done as you flip this over, very clean, into a Vernay's break, because there's no break, but there is a break right there. Okay, you flip over, show joker, very clean. You want to make this very thin because this is supposed to be only 3 cards, and you've got 5. 2 ace of diamonds, show this very cleanly. Now you're going to steal that off as you come over and you take the last one. You're going to steal off those on the deck. Joker. Okay? Set down the deck. You're then going to say, if I give it a snap, I can wave the cards. You turn over, you do another false count, which is the same. You push off 2. Okay? I'm sorry, you don't. You push off 1 this time. I'm sorry. This is different from the first one. Okay, you push off 1, exchange 2 for 1. This is Alan Ackerman's major count that inspired Las Vegas Leaper. Las Vegas Leaper, if you don't know, a little history of that, it's based off an old Alan Ackerman effect from Alan's old book, Effects from the Magic Mafia. And it was cards across, and Paul Harris just changed the handling. Okay, and this is the count from that. You go the top card, 1 card, exchange 1 for 2, show the second card and the joker. Okay, you now flip this over, flip over the middle one. Now, they think this is a jokers, but you're going to do the frustration count. This is a modification that Alan and I came up with. Some of this effect is still what we worked on. Some of it I will explain what I've changed to it, and that's what we're getting into now. Because up to this point, the thing I changed is the beginning point, where I added the Vernon utility move, which is something that Alan would do because we think a lot alike. See, Alan uses the Vernon utility move a lot, so I'm using sleights that is very much influenced by Alan, but I cleaned it up in the way he would. I started off by doing, okay, my variation of the Vernon utility move, as you saw. This part right here, the Atfus variation, is Alan's, and then I'll show you, I'll get into my addition here. This part's Alan's. You go here, and this is a variation of a out-jogged frustration count. You show the cards, sandwich, you square up the sandwich. Hold the sandwich like this, so they can see the joker. You go joker, as you turn, as you say, that upside down card is the second card, and it'd be signed, so it's very clean. It'd be signed. Now, this is what we did. Now, you could do a flick change. We were doing all kinds of change. I think we ended up by doing either a flick change or a Ben Harris change. Now, the Ben Harris change is the one I went with. Alan likes to do the flick change, so I'll actually show you both. The flick change is when you flick this, this will turn over these 2 cards as you flick it, and it looks really clean. See, it almost doesn't register. If I had a face card, I can show you, but I'm not going to go into that right now. We'll do that in another video, but this is the way Alan would do it. He likes the flick change, so it's both good, okay? It's you know, you say tomato, I say tomato, it's just variation. So Alan would do the flick change, and he would probably do it like this. Doesn't make any real difference. I like to use the Ben Harris change. Okay, back to Alan's modified out-jog frustration. Okay, 1, joker. The upside down selection, second selection, number 2 of diamonds. 3rd joker. Now, your ring finger goes in for the Ben Harris change. You pick up the deck, as you say, somewhere is the deck. And you can do a cut. I do a false charlet, retaining the top stock, and here's how I do it. I dig in my ring finger here. Okay, I start to bring this up. There's the top half right here, right? And the reason for this is called misdirection, right? As you come down, you're going to switch your ring finger to here, The top is actually right here, right? So you break off a pack as you come into the middle. It's a nice little triple cut, beautiful little cut. And that's misdirection to do the Ben Harris change over here, which is your ring finger goes in and you dig in and you just flip. Okay? We'll do that a couple times. So it'd go from the second card to the third, and the way that happens is the ring finger digs in. So if I remove, the ring finger would be here, right? On top of this. And it's flipping over using these two fingers like so, okay? So that will be done with the mixed direction of the cut, so they don't see it or hear it. Or you could wave this. Either way, that's your change. Now what I do, this is a part where I've cleaned it up. Okay, I go like this and I take that card out. Okay, and I just drop here. Now I'm going to make a drop change. The drop change is going to be, as I turn, I have to switch this card for the top one. So I have a pinky break, and I'm just going to release that as I turn. That will drop. It's very clean. We'll do it again. Okay, so you do the change from 2 to 3 under misdirection of the cuts. You can do that because the cuts will make sound for this so they don't hear it because it's a sound thing, right? I mean, you could just wave it in the air, but I go with misdirection now over visual. You know, the young magicians do a lot of visual stuff, and I'm not against visual stuff, but I think there's a time and place for it. So now I would do it with misdirection. I would do it silently. As I'm doing the cuts, it would actually look like this. So, I mean, they're not looking here, they're looking here, so you can almost flip the thing right over. Get a pinky break on the top card, which is the Joker, and you're going to switch this back in. The way I do that is I go to here, drop. Now as I turn, I'm going to drop this one. As I drop that one out, see, it just falls out because this stays here because it's on the edge of the deck. So that would be like so, right? Flop those down like you're throwing them down. It's very clean when you do it up to speed. Now you pinky count these two cards, because all the misdirection is on the cards on the table. As you say, look, there's the third one, and it's signed. Now I go into the famous Eddie Fechter's 2-card Monty. You get a break on these two. You steal them off. You do a little brow edition here. And when you get to here, you flip it over this way and you say hold your hand out. If you don't have a hand, just use the box. Balance it on the box. Okay, you show one Joker, very clean. Now you're set up for the triple lift. This is a triple lift with the other ones behind it. You can do a floating lift. In the floating lift, you get a Greek break and you squeeze, right? Which I've shown in other videos. It's the cleanest multiple lift there is. You can do it with 4 cards and they won't know. Okay, you come over, you switch. This would be in their hand, so the box represents their hand. Now they'd be holding that, and you have them hold it. They're holding it like this, in a tight fist. And you can put it between their fingers, their thumb, etc. I think the fingers are better because it's harder for them to turn their hand over, but that's another theory. Now I do my variation of the top change, which is I lean in, and this is based on Gary Kurtz and David Williamson, where I've kind of stolen ideas from both of them. You know, not stolen, but borrowed. The first one is Gary Kurtz. As you're pointing here, as you say, hold out your hand, you make a gesticular action. This is from Gary Kurtz. The next one is the grip. The grip, if the deck is here and you come to here, but you actually modify with this. See, this is the Dave Williamson, which is nice because by putting your fingers here, it'll actually get the card ready for you. Seeing how it's doing it almost by itself. But I'm trying to show the misdirection. So I'm going to come back and do the, I like David Williamson's top change because it's very smooth. Okay? And the reason for pointing is the gesticular second pointing of the left hand. You then come over and you pick up this card here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set those there. Now I'm going to make, I've got these underneath. Now if they think anything, for those magicians or anything like that, to get rid of these jokers, what I do, some people say you don't have to, but it's an afterthought cleanup. I do a top cover pass as I riffle the cards towards these cards. I say, did you feel that? No. Did you feel the air? and then I make little jokes and stuff. You can hit him on the hand. Now you say, look, it changed into the 1, 2, 3 cards. Now, very cleanly, you can set the deck down now if they reach to see if the jokers are on top, and you can kind of make it subtle and set the cards in front of them, and they look for the jokers. And what's clean about it is there's no jokers because you did the top cover pass. So I dedicate that to my mentor, Alan Ackerman. That's what I call the triple miracle sandwich. Enjoy. Hi, Darin Martineau here, and welcome to Pro Magic Art. And this is a online Master Magic course, and this is for anyone, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced magician. And what it is it's all of my original creations and my system called the Cerulean system, over 35 years in the art of magic. I have the beginner level. For $5 a month you can get access to over 150 videos, plus every month there's new videos added, and that is for beginners to help you get started. That's the bronze level, okay, $5 a month. Then I have the platinum level. The platinum level, you get access to over 400 magic videos and tutorials, and this is for anyone, whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced magician. Okay, then I have the gold level. The gold level is $97 for the first year, and you get access to over 400 magic videos and tutorials in there. Now I have the new diamond level. The Cerulean system diamond level is $27 a month, and you get access to over 500 plus of magic videos and tutorials, plus videos added every month. In all of the levels, there's videos added every month and tutorials. So join today to become a master magician.